Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today I have a new ghost story for you. Hi, my name is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I'm an intuitive psychic medium here in the Sugar Land area. That's just outside of Houston. Since I was a child, I've interacted with ghosts. I see them, hear them, and I even feel their energy everywhere I go. I love mostly hearing about their life. I usually have ghosts just show up at my home. I will post their ghost stories in my video series called Ghost Stories, as many as I possibly can. If you like my content, please make sure to subscribe, like, share, and even hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. Today I have a ghost in my house called Jack. He fought during World War II, and I kind of feel like he wasn't necessarily in the front lines. He might have been at periods of time, but I really feel more than anything else, he was kind of behind the scenes, and I feel like almost like an airplane mechanic or a car mechanic, kind of working with the mechanical issues behind the scenes, kind of like refixing the cars, refixing the planes, and getting them fixed for someone else to go out and fight. But he's had lots of compliments and lots of comments on how I am rearranging my office. I'm going through that right now. It's kind of rearranging a few things on my desk to make it look a little nicer and hopefully get me a little more organized. But Jack has comments about everything. And so he's told me about his time in the military and how the women were always like, very strict on where all the paperwork went and how things happened, where things were, talking about everybody had a place, like I want this colored folders here, I want this over here, and that sort of thing. And then he got back from the military, and he went to school full-time for a little bit of time, and I do feel like during that time frame he had some odd jobs, kind of like maybe a dishwasher or kind of busser at a restaurant, part-time during school, and then he became a teacher, and he taught the rest of his life. That's what he shows me, is that he was a teacher. He loved teaching. I feel like kind of like science and kind of like history were his two things that he really loved. And so he taught science mostly. Once in a while would teach history if he had to, but he really loved the science of it. He kind of really loved the teaching part of it. Like, if you put this and this together, it's going to make this. If you do this, he just loved it. Almost like a chemical, a teacher of chemical science. So he really enjoyed that. And I do feel like for a period of time, he taught this in higher education. So it could have been like a junior college or even a college at some point. He loved what he did, and he really enjoyed teaching other people. I do feel like Jack was born close to the Houston area, maybe not in Houston, and he had many friends of different types, you know what I'm saying, like different types of people, kind of like different religions and different backgrounds, and kind of, he always thought of Houston as kind of like this melting pot of different types of people. And then when he went off to war, he dealt with so many more different kinds of people and that sort of thing. He really loved different types of people, and kind of like, what were the dishes that your family would make if you were from Louisiana compared to Texas. If you were from Maryland, what are some of the dishes your family would cook, and kind of like their traditional kind of like regional cooking that people would do at that time. And so that's one of the things he absolutely loved. He loved talking to people about food, and kind of like where they grew up, what kinds of food that they love, what did they not like. He loved it completely. So he has been very interested in what I eat and what I don't eat, which is kind of weird for me because most ghosts don't care what you eat. And Jack comes in also with this kind of like looking for someone. I do feel like someone in his family is about to pass, and I feel like it's a brother that's about to pass, and then and it could be a much younger brother, because I feel like he's been gone a good 8 to 10 years or so. But I do feel like he has a younger brother that is about to pass, someone who's older, and he's telling me the name Bobby, And I don't feel like Bobby is his first name. I feel like Bobby is like a nickname for a second name. It's something, something Robert something. And he comes through with this kind of waiting for Bobby to come and be with him and kind of rejoin him. He also tells me that Bobby has had Alzheimer's for quite a while. So he is really interested in kind of like Bobby kind of keeps seeing him at times and then not seeing him at times and kind of back and forth. So that's been kind of interesting for him to kind of have that energy with Bobby. The other people I feel like that's passed in his family haven't had Alzheimer's, so that really hasn't happened until right before they pass. His brother Bobby was married. His wife passed. I want to say 6 months to a year ago, somewhere around in there. And then he does also have a daughter that will pass soon too. Bobby's daughter will pass probably later on this year, later on in 2022. So Jack also tells me that he is very interested in kind of communication from the other side. He really hasn't taken advantage of that in talking to psychics or mediums, so he's really looking forward to this. He will also be at my New Year, New You group reading. He's very interested, and there may be a family member to Bobby that's there, and that may give them comfort to know that he's waiting for them or have received him at that time. I do feel like Jack, more than his brother Bobby, Jack really, really loved reading. And I feel like he really read a lot of books because he's showing me like many bookshelves of books that he's read and, kind of like the information that he looked into and kind of like the chemistry and that sort of thing. He really enjoyed those types of books. Jack, on the other hand, Jack's brother Bobby, on the other hand, was really more into kind of like biographies, stories about someone's life. How did they think about their life? How did they feel like whatever happened to them? And so it's kind of really interesting, kind of like the different philosophies in book reading. But I will tell you that Jack is quite the character, and like I said, not only has comments about my desk and how I've cleaned it or organized it or how I could do it better, he also comes through that he has a great big family that's on the side with him, and so having Bobby join him will kind of be the last of his siblings that are passing. So I just wanted to let you know that Jack is around and he's looking for his younger brother Bobby. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.